something? We love your gooey centre. Oh, thank you. So my question is about manifesting. I had a situation where I was doing some pre-paving.
So we're going to just jump in here for a bit. Manifesting is happening all the way along in this process, isn't it?
Yes.
In other words, the desire is a manifestation. The thought about that, the emotion is a manifestation. The impulses are manifestations. In other words, can we call it all progressive manifestation?
Yes.
Not just at the end?
No. For lots of different things. Building a jigsaw puzzle of the next house that we want to move to. And I saw a house that we liked, and I rang up, and the agent said, no, you can't see that one, it's sold. Then we got a lottery house in the mail, and so we bought lottery tickets because this house was perfect for us. It was beautiful. And then we didn't win it. And I had done so much exciting building and so much dream building around it. For 2 days, I kept pinching myself, thinking they were going to ring up and say they'd made a mistake. But they didn't. It was such a shock. So we're keeping on with the dream building, but I was curious about...
So when you talk about dream building...
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Putting up pictures of the particular lottery house and thinking about how it would be, how our life is wonderful where it is.
So instead of using the word dream building, or when you use the word dream building, could you mean vortex building? Could you mean gathering of components?
Yes.
Could you mean collecting data? Could you mean preparing myself vibrationally?
Absolutely.
Could you mean progress? In other words, what we're wanting to get you to realize, and we want everyone to feel it as we find it together, is that, and it's why we asked the question earlier, and you said you were there but you aren't. At what point do you get to celebrate the creation of the house? Only when they call you up and say you won the lottery?
No, we
Apparently
celebrated
so.
it.
Apparently so.
We celebrated all the way along. I had friends who said, I can't buy a ticket in that lottery because you're going to win it. It was just so interesting. But
what we want you to hear is, can you see how all of that desiring and all of that planning and all of that fun that you have along the way, your cake just isn't cooked yet. So what are you complaining about? It's like you've taken the cake out of the oven and you're complaining that it isn't ready to eat. And we say, don't do that.
It's still coming.
Of course it's still coming. But you know what slows it way down? Feeling like that. Feeling like it didn't come when it's coming.
I was curious because so many pieces of the jigsaw came. We had people giving us information unasked for. It was almost like...
Was it fun?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Then what are you complaining about?
Okay.
You see what we're getting at?
I didn't mean to complain.
Well, you really didn't complain. You did it with a smile, and so you think that counteracts it, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Because how you feel is how you feel. And so we want you know how you felt before you didn't win the lottery. You know that optimistic, hopeful feeling? That's the way you got to feel all the way along. And the promise of the house is all about that feeling. You think that feeling is so that you can get the house. The goal of the house is so that you can have that feeling all the way along. And we want to ask all of you, do you have the capability to hold yourself in that feeling even when the lottery is drawn and you didn't get it this time? Because if the answer is no, I feel disappointed, then we say, then you haven't got what we're talking about yet. And we understand, but that is the work. That is the work. Did you get the house? No. No. What are you so happy about? Because it's still coming. It's coming. It's coming. And there are more pieces coming into place about it. There's more still coming. Well, why are you so happy? Because I want to be. But isn't your happiness dependent on getting this house? No. That's just one of the many things that I used to focus upon on my happy way along my never-ending trail of unfolding good stuff.
And that certainly happened when we wanted to go to the last cruise you did 12 months ago, and it didn't come into alignment. And then about 3 weeks after that cruise, you announced coming to Australia, and we looked at each other and went, Esther's coming to us. It's so wonderful. So thank you very much.
Well, this is the last good thing that's ever going to come to you.
One of many things.
Good, really good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.